Sup Av, my alien friend. Hello, good day. Typical Irish day here. I'm gonna go through this with you a little quick. Yep. Got the camera here. The phone's kind of charging. Now, what was I saying? Jimi Hendrix kind of has this really funny. It's nothing wrong, like learning your frets, the letters per frets. Like I don't know every fret. Like couldn't tell you. Jimi Hendrix has used to break his white boys, loads of white boys used to have to count frets. Like even it's fucking Eric Clapton and your man from the Who and all, and he'd be like, "No, we're up in like C flat." There's no such thing as C flat. Actually, B sharp doesn't exist. But anyway, and like Clapton all would have to count. They go like, "Oh, D, E, F, A, B, C, D." White boys would, and Jimi Hendrix knew the guitar fretboard inside out, could play blues in every key, absolutely every key, no bother. So it's just really funny. You see Jimi Hendrix doing it sometimes, and he goes like this: "Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4," and he when there's like Keith Moon, was it? No, he's the drummer. I can't remember his name from the Who. But when he'd see these guys in the crowd, he'd actually be cheeky and pretend to count up the frets. So anyway, what was I saying? Bar chords, yeah. Probably know yourself, or you might have figured out to slice my tongue a bit there. Don't know. Yeah, I don't. It's a side story. An E major, or E major, E minor, or an A major. If you think about it, these are like bar chords, with the 0 strings being the bar. The A shape moves up and you take the bar with it. The E major shape moves up and you take the bar with it. A minor shape moves up and you take the bar with it. So when you're playing the low, there's low register, no, kind of like, there's bar chords here and there's bar chords here. And that one's like major there and that one's minor there. Because it's E major is, to A minor. It's the same thing. So when you're rooting, see, when people, I don't know why people play these kind of half bar chords. My friend really likes them. It's like you can do things, you can mess around with them. But that's like messing around with the F. See, the F shape. And you can kind of do some tasteful, Beatles. It's very George Harrison kind of thing. But I don't really like them. I like just playing bar chords on my thumb, mostly as possible. Nice big full bar chords on my thumb. But what was I saying? So you had a C minor. Musician was totally telling you that this chord here. I was thinking about it as a C minor, like it's computer. A computer derived these things. My friend, the same friend, had a thing called Chordify he used to use. And my opinion, it was terrible. Chordify, a computer listens to the music and assesses whether it's a one chord or another chord. But so many chords are just so similar. Are so similar, even the exact same, just used in a different context. So if you use a chord in a different context, it sounds completely different. Beatles love this as well, making sad things happy and happy things sad, and they're the exact same thing. It's just the context you kind of use them in a key. So what was I saying? Forgot what I was saying. So this C minor that you had here, it's really technically, when you play this is a G major on 3, and you'll be able to tell it's a G because by the root, and that's the root of the G. What is it in tune? So that low note there is the root, and these are all 1, 3s, and 5, 1/3 and 5ths, roots, thirds, and fifths in different order. It's like just boom. It's probably 2 roots, 2 fifths, and a third. And when you play the other ones down here, like the member said, it goes to the A minor. You actually do move the finger with it. That's a C minor that you were told to play by a musician. As an E minor. C and E, they're kind of close, I suppose, like E, G, B, C, E, Gs. I don't even have my flats and sharps down, but it might be the computer just telling you that a C minor is an E minor. So you can tell these higher register ones, these bar chords, by that note. That's G down there. That's C. You can tell that's C because it's the root of the C chord. It's a low note in the C chord. And the G is a low note in a G chord. It's usually the low, strong, dominant note. And see, I play my C chords with an extra G at the bottom, because it's hard not to hit it. And if you don't hit the G, then you're hitting the E instead. And the E is the third. It's not very strong compared to the G, which is the fifth. So I just play the fifth anyway to make it strong. See, this is the thing about chords online, and they're all terrible. They're all really, really terrible. I never play, or very rarely play a full D like that. And I play it with my thumb as well. But very rarely, like most guitars only use half a D. Because the what's that? E, F, sharp. Is it E, G? I can't remember. That's it. No, it's not G. Anyway, it works well in G chords. Like I said, in different contexts, it works well. Like, don't really wanna know. The garden goes. But very rarely I'd use a full D. And Billy Corgan and all use a half D. Anyway, what was I getting onto? Sorry, I'm getting off topic. Yeah, so that root there is that root for like a G major, and that's the root there for a C minor, which was what you were playing. You were playing half a C minor, which if you think about it, it's just these. You're playing this, maybe that shape with just those few strings. Which is technically just the full C minor. You may as well do it, like it was the blues song anyway, so if you're doing that kind of something, you know, it's, yeah, you really just may as well play the full chord. And musicians want to really tell you to play the full chord, to kind of, like you say, those jazzy little half chords. Now, when you're playing the kind of jazzy little half chords, you do have a little more freedom to whittle about. That's why George Harrison was kind of cute on a guitar. But yeah, so and you see again that I'm playing the full bar chord with this note, which isn't the root. This is actually the root here of the C. That's the C there. So that sounds great on its own, but then again, that loose note might get in the way, especially in different places. It might sound good some places, but very rarely sounds good in every case. So you may as well just play the, if it's C, it's the extra fifth G. It's a lower G. And you really want to get your bar nice. Bar doesn't have to be straight line. I've seen a lot of people using kind of curvy bar. But definitely want to be able to hit those without the bar. Thumb should be nice and perpendicular at the back for doing a nice bar chord. You can't do a bar chord with your thumb up here. Like, you have to have your thumb perpendicular on that back line. Actually, on that line is a great place to have it. Around there, yeah, really perpendicular to the tension of the. But anyway, what I'm saying to you is that if that's a C, then this is up here is, oh, was that C minor? Your E minors are, you know, basic E minor, open E minor, as you go, and the other one's up here, like I said, on 7. So you root from the 7. So you're on the 3rd here for the C minor. Remember this one here? Just go up to, that's 5 there. That's 7 there. So I don't know if you can see the full guitar. That's an E minor. So it's the same shape. Again, that I'm saying, that's the actual E minor there, those few notes. If you play the bass note as well, it is a bass note. Actually, it's very clever the way the guitar is built. That's actually a really good bass note to have the 5th playing the bass. That's where you can bounce with the guitar up. Bouncing off the 5th back to the chord. So that's your E minor shape that I was talking about. It's rooted up on 7. That's an E minor there. And that's an E minor down there. I kind of would. I listened to the song. It's a nice song. Use those kind of bass chords, or use those bar chords, because it's this kind of jazzy and scatty kind of. My baby down in the or something, I can't remember. But, yeah, so that's just what I was saying. Use sorry, I forgot what I was saying. My memory is crap, man, after the medication that of course. Yep, so anyway. I don't know why musician told you that's an E minor. Again, I really kind of advised. I don't know, you make great use of it and you are learning, but I kind of did advise. And it's a good friend, maybe as a tool to learn, but I did kind of warn you a bit about musician or internet music in general. Anyway, hopefully we'll get in touch and I'll try to hit a broadcast. I was trying to telephone call you there. You're probably busy, sorry. Didn't really warn you. I'll try to send this as a video through Discord, I presume. And I don't know really how to go live or stream on Discord. It looks really cool. You make your own servers and things, and maybe people I just don't know how to use it properly yet. So that's just what I was saying. Yep, that's yours. Your C minor rooted in the fret 3. Yep. I know that sounds terrible. Actually, that sounded cool. How did I do that? I don't remember that. Sounds horrible, doesn't it? And that's your E minor. Up. What is that? Obviously C sharp, D sharp, E. Yeah, I did the thing again, counting frets. Jimi Hendrix would be laughing at me. But it just makes sense, yeah. So if you do find out like C, you can just naturally count. Again, there's no B sharps or E sharps. So it's like C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G minor. G minor is a weird one because I actually love G minor and C minors, but you don't get them a lot down here on the open chords. I fucking can't even play it. No, I can't even do it at the moment. C minor loves the sound of C minors and G minors. I think because they're rare, but they're hard to hit. Down here, like that's very much a C minor, and you sadly have to do the bar chord. And the same with a G minor, you have to do the, the E minor shape for the lower register. That's how you do minors on the lower register with just the E minor shape, and then minors on the higher register have that A minor shape. So minors on the lower one here have that bar with just 2 notes. Like that's a G minor, sadly, because I don't like bar chords at all. I never use them. I rarely use it, you have to use them, but I'm not a bar chord kind of guitarist. So that's a G minor to your C minor. Just the E minor shape, those two. They're kind of hard, you have to get strong really to get those. They're a bit painful at first. And bounce. I always get bouncy. Gives a bit of rhythm. Like Pete Doherty's great at those chords. The jazzy, really good guitarist for those kind of jazzy bar chords. Pete Doherty from the Libertines. Alright, I don't know. This has probably been a bit too long. It's 13 minutes long. Yeah, crap. I don't know if this will send on Discord. I'll have to see what's going on. But anyway, to make the video call you without warning, and hope it helps you. Be in touch. Yep, broken thumb. Actually, my ceramic bong broke there a while ago, and I was trying to piece it all back together, and I realized it's actually razor sharp. I diced up my hands low. I was trying to piece together Yoda again. Yeah, Yoda's gone. Yoda's gone to bong heaven. I peace out, bro. Hope it helped.